Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. This is a 45-minute yoga class in which we're going to be focusing today on the lower body in particular, so your legs, your hips, glutes, lower legs as well, and of course your ankles and your feet, but we won't be forgetting about the upper body either, and we'll be doing a little bit of relaxation at the end as well. Now to begin with, just come into shukrasana, into a cross-leg position, nice and relaxed. And prop yourself up onto a block as well if you feel that you're rounding your shoulders. And then from here, bring the hands onto the knees and just close your eyes. We take a nice and slow breath in through the nose. And we exhale through the nose. Good. On your next inhale, as you know what you're doing, you might want to smile. On your exhale, slow down. Just let that breath leave the body slowly. We inhale again. And we exhale and relax the shoulders. Relax the head. Now as you inhale, let your chest and stomach rise and really feel that. As you exhale, feel your chest and stomach fall. And you'll feel that ribcage expand and contract as well. Good. On your next exhale, nice and slowly drop your right ear to the right shoulder. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Just as soft as they were before. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, roll the chin towards your collarbone. Hold it here for a deep breath in. And exhale, lower the chin all the way to the chest. Now round your shoulders forwards, round your whole back. Let your head get heavy towards the ground. And then straighten slowly, rolling up through the spine. Straighten the head, and from here we do the other side. So take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, drop your left ear to the left shoulder. Again, no tension in the shoulders. Shoulders don't rise up, they're just nice and soft. We take a deep breath in, taking our time, and on the exhale, we slowly bring the chin towards the collarbone, stretching into the side of the neck here. And take a deep breath in. On your next exhalation, roll the chin down to the chest. This time, interlock the hands behind you. Push the shoulders to the back until you squeeze the shoulder blades and push your elbows towards each other as well. That'll be quite tough and they probably won't touch, but that's fine. Now straighten your back, but keep the chin on the chest. Hold here for a deep breath in. Very slow exhalation in which you squeeze the shoulder blades more. And then we release here and we inhale and raise the arms and we raise the head and we open the eyes. And we exhale and bring the hands to the heart center. Good. We roll our shoulders to the back. We inhale and raise the arms. And we exhale and interlock the hands behind the head. Good. From here, push the elbows to the back, squeeze the shoulder blades, drop your right elbow down towards the ground. Good. We're stretching into our left side here. Now slowly look up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and exhale, look down to the ground and make sure that your shoulders and elbows still push to the back. Good. And we inhale and look back to the front. And we exhale and come back up. Good. We check on the elbows, we check on the shoulders, really squeeze maybe a little bit more than before. Take a deep breath in here and on the exhale, drop down towards the left. We're staying in one straight line here, so don't come forwards, don't come back in any way, but forwards is probably the one that's more tempting. We're going to inhale and look up to the ceiling. We exhale and look down to the ground. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades. Inhale, look back to the front, and exhale, Come back to seated and float the arms down. Now fingertips on the ground. Keep your spine straight. Start rolling your shoulders to the back. So arms move, fingertips try and stay on the ground. Deep breaths. Couple more. And then we go the other way, rolling the shoulders to the front. Big circles here. Completely relax though, relax your neck. And we can smile. Excellent. Very good. And from here, shake off the arms, shake off the wrists. And we're going to bring our right foot to the left butt cheek and bring the left foot over to the other side. Now hug your knee in towards you, straighten the spine, and bring maybe the crook of the arm around that knee. Doesn't have to be if you're more comfortable here. We're going to take a deep breath in and lengthen through the spine. And on the exhale, we slowly twist to the left and bring that left hand onto the right waist. And we might want to look to the back here and twist deeper. And we breathe. Inhale here at the back. And exhale, come back to center. And then bring that ankle on top of the knee and gently push your knee down. Just push it down, don't do too much. The knee might be quite high still. I want you to gently push both hands into the knee. And we look to the left, we take a deep breath in, and then we slowly turn our torso to the right. Hand can be on the ground here if you prefer. If you need it for support, that means you're probably rounding forwards a bit. So maybe push into the hand a little bit, trying to straighten the spine as much as you can. Good. Now keep that knee heavy. Inhale and raise your left arm. Exhale and reach that arm over to the right. Take a deep breath in here, and on the exhale, bring that hand down and drop your head. Rounding here, we're getting heavy. That knee stays heavy too as we come as low as is comfortable for us. And then we inhale and raise that left arm again. And we exhale and come back. And from here, bring that leg to the front. Give your legs a little shake here, they might need it. And then bring your feet back in towards you. Left foot comes to the right butt cheek. Right foot comes to the outside of that left leg. And we bring the hands around that knee. We're going to straighten the spine. We'll take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we twist to the right. And we can bring that right hand again onto the left waist. And we're gently twisting a little bit deeper, a little bit further if that's comfortable. You can look beyond your right shoulder here at the back if that's comfortable. Take a few deep breaths here. Good. We inhale all the way. And on the exhale, we slowly come back to the front. And we're going to drop that right knee, bringing the ankle onto that supporting leg here. Very good. We'll see how high or low that knee is. Gives us a little bit of an indication of how our hips are feeling. We're just gently pressing down here. Good. We straighten the spine. As we press down, we slowly open up to the right, just a tiny little bit. Twisted that way before. We take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, we twist the other way, and that left hand can come down onto the ground. Again, we make sure that we're not rounding. We use maybe just the fingertips on the ground. We straighten ourselves here. That knee stays nice and heavy. We take deep breaths. Very good. And now from here, inhale, raise your right arm. Exhale and reach that arm all the way over to the left. Keep your right knee heavy. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Bring your hand down, drop your head. Maybe walk the hands further forwards. And as you're dropping the torso lower, you keep that right knee nice and heavy. Don't let it rise. Good. And then we inhale and raise that arm, and we exhale and come back to where we were. And we're going to stretch the legs out to the front, give them another little shake. Good. And from here, send those legs to the back. Come onto all fours. We're going to start warming up our spine. So from here, inhale, arch your back and look up. Exhale, round your back and drop the head. Inhale, arch your back, look up. And exhale, round your back and drop the head. And again, inhale, arch. Exhale and round. Now inhale, arch, bring the elbows in towards you, and as you arch, straighten them again. Exhale, round again, elbows in towards us, and we straighten. And we inhale and arch. And we exhale and round. Now find your own rhythm here, because chances are that your breath is a little bit different than mine. I might have gone too slow. I might have gone too fast. Just do what's right for you here. One more round and one more arch. And then we're going to come back into a neutral spine, just a tiny little bit of an arch, that natural arch here in your lower back. We push into the hands so that we feel that strength in our shoulders. And we take a deep breath in and raise that right leg. And then we arch again and look up. And we exhale and bring the knee towards the dropped head. We inhale and arch. And we exhale and straighten the leg. And we're going to push that hip up. Now you can stay here. Keep your left arm really, really strong. You don't want to sink here as you're raising that hip high. And then you're slowly, slowly, slowly going to raise that right arm. If that is too much, keep that right hand on the ground and focus just on that hip going as high as it can go. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, bring your knee back down. Round your back for a moment here. Very good. And we inhale and come back into our tabletop pose. We're going to inhale and raise that left leg now. Arch your back, look up. Exhale, drop the knee towards the head here, rounding the back. And we inhale and arch. And on the exhale, we straighten that leg. And you're going to push that leg as high as you can from the hip. So the hip is doing the work here. We're not going to sink into that right arm. Keep it nice and strong. And if you feel comfortable enough, you're going to raise your left arm here as well. And again, if that's too much, just bring that left hand onto the ground. You really want to just push that hip as high as you can get it. Good, and we'll take another deep breath in here. On the exhale, we come down. Knees come back underneath the hips, and we're going to round our back for a moment and drop the head chin to chest. Now tuck your toes under and push your hips up and start walking your heels into the mat. One by one, warming up the backs of the legs here. If you feel like getting a little bit warmer, then push both heels towards the ground. Keep a little bit of space if you need to, that's absolutely fine. Keep a little bit of a bend in the legs as well. All of that is completely fine, but I want you to focus on your upper body now. Stretch out the arms, stretch out your upper body. So really nice and straight here if you can manage. We're taking a few deep breaths here. Keep your shoulders strong. And then from here, take a deep breath in, raise your right leg. Good. We're going to draw a circle with our toes going into the ankle so the leg stays straight and static. You're going to feel the hip here too. We're just drawing a circle with the toe. And then we go the other way. Very good. And from here, flex your foot and drop the heel towards the buttocks. We take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, look to the hands, step your foot in between the hands, and then drop your hips and drop your back leg. Just relax it here. And we're going to inhale and raise our right arm, look up, all the way up. Exhale and drop that arm behind you, and from here, raise that left hand, bring it onto the right knee. Straighten your torso as you twist, look to the back, We take a deep breath in here, and on the exhale, we bring the hands to the ground, framing our foot here. Keep your hips low, and inhale, raise your arms, look up to the ceiling. Now soften the hips even more. Let yourself just sink that little tiny bit further down. Not something that you'll have to see or that someone has to see, just something that you should feel. We take a deep breath in here, and we exhale and bring the hands back down. Push into that mat and straighten your right leg. Don't worry if it's straight or not. Just push the hips to the back, and if you need to keep a little tiny bend in the leg, that's fine. Now slowly drop your head, drop your torso towards that leg. And take a few deep breaths here. Good, and we straighten the arms again, pushing that right hand into the mat. Inhale and raise your left arm. Stretch it out, feel your side body, feel your balance here. So you want to engage your core, you want to keep the hips quite strong and aligned. Deep breath in, and we exhale and bring that hand down. From here, bend your right leg again, tuck your left toes under, and straighten that leg. We're going to stay with this leg for a little bit longer. Good, so now inhale, raise your arms and torso, look up to the ceiling. And here too, we can gently drop the hips a little bit lower. Good, and I know there's a lot going on in this one already. Stay exactly where you are if you want. If you want to go a little bit further, bring your hands down towards your spine and raise your right heel off the ground. And if you still can balance, look up to the ceiling. Maybe coming into a mini back bend. Good. Again, if this is too much, you're going to be here. We take a last deep breath in, and on the exhale, we bring the hands down and we step our right leg back. Now walk it out. You might need it. If you need to, you kind of bring that right leg or knee over to the left a little bit. Good. And once you're comfy, come back into parvatasana or mountain pose. I know often referred to as downward dog. Now from here, take a deep breath in and raise your left leg high. Keep your shoulders strong here. You want to keep pushing to the back here. Don't come forwards in any way. Now from here, draw a circle with your toes. Keep again that left hip high and the leg static. You're going to feel not just the ankle, of course, but also the tops of the feet, the arch of the foot working here. And we're going into the calf as well, the front of the lower leg. Now change direction. Again, check in on your hands and keep both hands equally engaged here. Not one hand holding more weight than the other. We take a deep breath in here, and on the exhale, flex your foot, drop the heel to the buttocks. Deep breath in as you push that knee high, and then exhale, look to the hands, step your foot all the way in between the hands. If you haven't landed there, you've got time now. Sink your hips down, bring your back knee down, and relax. From here, inhale, raise your left arm, look up to the ceiling. Right arm stays strong. Good. And on an exhale, we drop that hand behind us, we look to the back. We can stay here if we feel a little bit unbalanced or something, but I think you're probably going to be fine raising that right hand onto the knee and straightening the torso and twisting here. Good. We'll feel a nice deep stretch in the front of our right leg. Deep breath in here. And on the exhale, hands come back down. And we straighten the torso to the front. Raise your arms, look up to the ceiling. Deep breaths. Good. On your next exhale, slowly bring the hands back down. And we're going to gently push the hips to the back, all the way to the back if we can, straightening that left leg all the way if we can, but keeping it easy here, so you don't want to do too much for the hamstring. Keep a micro bend in the leg if that is easier. Good. And then ground your left hand here and raise your right arm. So what we're doing here for our balance is not just engage the core, but also not pushing that right hip to the back, so that we're sort of suddenly starting to bend that left leg more. We look up to the ceiling here, we gently push that right hip forwards, that will add a little bit more balance as well. Deep breath in here, and we exhale and bring the hand down. Slowly bend that front leg again. We're going to tuck our back toes under, straighten the back leg, and then from here, raise your arms and torso coming up. Again, we can sink a little bit lower if we like. Incidentally, knee and heel here at the front should be in line. I know you probably all know that already. We look up to the ceiling and we stay here, or we drop our hands towards the back. You want to make sure that your elbows are digging towards into your head here, and then raise your left heel off the ground. Good. Deep breath in, raise the arms. Breathe out, bring the hands down, step into parvatasana, mountain pose. Take a couple of breaths here, walking it out. Again, see how your legs are feeling, how the hips are feeling. Very good. And then from here, walk your feet to the hands. Give your hands a little shake and just bring the hands gently to your ankles. You want to make sure, well, if they're not coming to the ankles, bring them higher. Make sure that your feet are together here, that your big toes touch, maybe the heels, the inside of the heels touch as well. We're just going to drop as low as we can. Bend the legs here if you need to. Gently tilt your pelvis. So you want to push your tailbone away from you towards the back. So rather than rounding, we're pushing away. Even if this is where we're going to be, that's fine. Good. Now from here, hands to the shins, and we straighten the arms and we straighten the torso. We just look down to the ground. Good. Now inhale, raise the arms, drop your hips and sink down. Now you want to make sure, this is good when I'm standing on the side, you want to make sure that you're pushing the knees to the back, hips to the back, raise the toes off the ground rather than coming forwards. When we look up to the ceiling, palms can be together here or the hands can be apart. Whatever's easier, whatever's more comfortable for your shoulders. Keep breathing those deep breaths into the body. Tuck your tailbone under as well. You want to make sure that you're not arching here, that you've got a nice straight back, you know, putting a strain on your lumbar. Good. From here, arms go all the way to the back. Interlock your hands, raise the arms, drop your torso until you're halfway, and then shift your weight into the toes. Raise the heels off the ground. Good, and here too, it might be a little bit tempting to just wanting to rest the torso on the legs. Don't. You want to come a little bit higher to work a little bit harder. And we inhale and come all the way up to standing. And we exhale and bring the hands to the heart center. Good, feet still together. And from here, we're going to bring our left foot to the right lower leg or inner thigh. See what's more comfortable, see what's doable, and as always, and I say it a lot, don't push your foot into the knee, come higher or lower. Now knee pushes to the side here, and we're going to inhale and raise the arms, bringing the palms together over the head. And we're going to exhale and bring the hands to the heart center. Good, nice deep breaths here. We're really opening up the hip here, so keep pushing that knee to the back. And then we're going to focus on what that supporting leg is doing for us, which is a lot. It goes from all of the toes here, all the way up. So you want to dig all of your toes into the ground here. This is the tree, so imagine that your toes are those roots of your tree. And the whole foot is working, all those muscles in your foot are working. Ankle is strengthening, the calves, so every part of your body is very active here, The upper body too. We're nice and straight in the spine. We stand here with a lot of intent, the palms of the hands pushed together. And we breathe. Good. I'm sure we're all very balanced here. We're going to now try and drop our gaze down towards the ground in front of us, maybe looking towards our supporting foot. Back up, and we bring that left knee on top of the right, and we bring the left arm on top of the right. Push the elbows down, hands can come together, and we sink into our legs. Now I'm going to show that from the side. I want you to go not here, but here. So keep the shoulders as much above the hips as you can, gently tucking the tailbone under. Deep breaths. Now from here, step that left foot to the back, raise your arms, keep the the arms intertwined like that, and just push them up and look up to the ceiling. Now push your right hip to the back and the left hip to the front. Very good. Now, elbows push down, and we come halfway down. Keep that right leg bent, keep the left foot firmly on the ground, and then just open up here. Left arm goes up, right arm comes down, and the fingertips can be on the ground, the whole hand can be on the ground. Or you can, if you feel like your hips are pushing to the back, bring your right arm onto that right leg. Utthita parsvakonasana, so an extended side angle. And we can now reach that left arm all the way over to the front, open the palm to the ceiling, and look towards your fingertips. Again, keeping that right leg bent. Now on your next inhale, come up, keep the legs as they are, reach that right arm to the back and bring the left top of the hand onto your right waist. Good. Burning in the right leg. Deep breath in. And we exhale and come up. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs. And you want to open up the hips here. So don't bring that right hip to the back and the left hip to the front now. Just keep everything open to the left. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, reach for the front and then drop down. So same as before, but this time with a straight leg. And we come as low as we like here, but we can keep that right hand somewhere on the right leg. And from here, same thing with the arm. Left arm comes to the front. If we want, we'll grab hold of that right big toe, and rise up onto our heel. Very good. And we'll release here. Bring that left hand onto the ground or onto your leg here. And raise your right arm. You want to make sure that your back heel here hasn't come off the ground and that your right leg is straight. If it isn't, and you're coming down here, better to bring that left hand onto the right leg. If you feel like you'd like to twist a little bit deeper, test your balance a little bit more, bring that left hand to the outside of the right leg or right foot. And from here we lower that right hand, bring it down to the ground, frame your foot with your hands now, and step into parvatasana. And if you feel like your legs need a little break here, just come into child's pose, balasana. But wherever you are, take a few deep, slow breaths. And we slowly walk forwards, coming into a forward fold, shaking off our hands, and then we inhale and come all the way up to standing. And we exhale and bring the hands to our heart's center. Feet together, although it doesn't matter that much because we're going to raise that right foot. Now relax your shoulders here. And then bring that right foot to the left inner thigh. If that's too high, don't go to the knee, go to the lower leg. If your balance was completely off, just bring those toes onto the ground. Maybe you'll find it's actually possible to get yourself to become balanced by just being in that moment. Now we're going to take a deep breath in, raise the arms, and on an exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Again, we're going to remember that knee shouldn't come to the front. We keep it nice and open here, so pushing it all the way to the back if we can. Good. Remember all the things from the other side. Become aware of all of your toes, all the muscles in your foot, most of which we tend not to use because we're wearing shoes that protect us. We don't really need to use our feet in the way that they're intended. And here we do, because we're strong trees with a very strong root. We're going to start feeling that supporting leg warm up. Calf in particular probably starting to burn a little bit now. Keep pushing that right knee to the back, really opening up the hip here. And just focus on a spot in the distance so that you've got that balance. Deep breaths. Good. Now keep digging your toes into the ground. Imagine sand underneath you, or imagine being on just a tree trunk or something like that. So not a lot, and you're just holding on. And then slowly drop your gaze all the way to the ground. Maybe see your toes here, see how they're working for you. And take a few moments to focus just on your breath, nothing else. Again, from here, look back to the front, bring your right knee on top of the left, right arm on top of the left, and just sink down into your legs. Again, remembering we don't want to come here, we want to be super straight in the spine, pushing the elbows down, so we're really opening up the upper back. Shoulders push down. Gently tuck that tailbone under. Very good. Now from here, step that right foot to the back. The whole foot comes onto the back, onto the mat even. Sink that into that left leg, and we're going to raise the arms, we're going to look up, and we're gently going to push our right hip to the front and the left hip to the back, making sure our torso and the hips are as aligned to the front as they can be. Good. On your next exhale, push your elbows down and then let your torso drop forwards. Don't come too low, just hover here over that left leg. Good. And then from here, open up to the right. So that left arm doesn't have to be in touch with the ground. The hands can hover here, the hand even can hover here. But you can, if you want, to bring that whole hand onto the ground. Try not to push your hips to the back in the process, but if that happens, just come higher. We want that nice openness here in our body. That's all it is. So don't worry where your hand is. Good. And throughout all this sequence, of course, we're keeping that left leg bent. Reach your right arm all the way forwards, open the palm to the ceiling, and look towards your fingertips. Deep breaths. Good. Now on your next inhale, come up and over into reverse warrior, reaching that left arm all the way to the back. Keep sinking into your left leg, even though it hurts. Right hand, top of the hand, comes onto your left waist. Good. Deep breath in, and we exhale, and straighten the arms and legs. Again, nice and open here in the hips. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, reach forwards. And then just drop that left hand, raise the right arm, look up to the ceiling. Decide if you're higher and need to hold onto your leg, if you want that hand to be on the ground. Of course, your obliques are working a little bit harder if you're just hovering that hand. But yeah, decide. Now, right arm goes over again as it did before. We're going to look towards the fingertips, the top of the hand, because the palm of the hand is open to the ceiling. And then we can raise that left foot or the left toes again off the ground and dig the heel into the ground. Deep breaths as before. And on an exhale, bring that right hand down. And inhale, raise your left arm. A few pointers here. If your left leg bends, bring your right hand to that leg. If you raise that right heel off the ground, that's fine, that can happen. But bring it back down, maybe walking that foot a little bit further in towards you. And if you want to go deeper into this twist here, you're going to bring that right hand to the outside of the left foot. All different options. And we're sticking with the one that works for us. Both legs are straight. If that means the right hand is on the left leg, that's fine. Good. And from here, slowly bring that left hand down. Now frame your foot with your hands. That will mean that you might have to bend that left leg, that's fine. Raise the right heel off the ground, step back, walk it out, stay in parvatasana or come down into child's pose for a little rest. Okay, and then from here, everyone, knees to the ground. Sit on your heels for a moment, roll your shoulders to the back. And then come up onto your lower legs, and we're going to tuck our toes under. Very good. Now from here, arms to the front. Keep your body in a straight line. So from the crown of the head to the knees, we keep that straight line. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, stay straight as you drop to the back, filling your quads here. We stay and take a few deep breaths. Good, and then from here, bring your right hand to the right heel, push your hips forwards now until the hips are in line with the knees, and raise the left arm. Some of us might want to stop here because this is quite a deep back bend already. Do stop here if you need to, or you can drop that left hand, reach for the left heel, and then look to the front or up. Don't drop the head all the way, just look upwards or to the front. So we're going to raise that left arm again. And we're slowly coming back and make our way onto all fours for a moment. Relax the tops of the feet onto the ground. Drop your head, gently round your back. And shift your hips from side to side a little bit here. make our way back onto our lower legs. Notice that I've got the tops of the feet on the ground still. If you found this quite difficult for your lower back and you want to protect yourself a bit more, tuck your toes under again, so just a little bit higher. If you were comfortable and you think there's more where this came from, just keep the tops of the feet on the ground. And now from here, arms to the front again, working into the quads. We're going to reach to the back. Again, we want that straight line. We don't want to go here. Don't drop the hips here. This is all quads working for us here. We'll take a few more deep breaths here. And from here, left hand to the left heel. Raise your right arm, push the hips forwards. You want the hips in line with the knees. And we just look up to the ceiling here, or we look to the front if we're more comfortable with that. Make sure that there's no tension here in the neck with lots of back bends. We tend to sort of, just focus too much on one thing and forget that we're tensing, concentrating and tensing other parts of the body. Now from here, drop that right arm. If you can, find your right heel. If you can't, that's absolutely fine. And you just squeeze the shoulder blades here, push the chest out, push your hips to the front. Keep breathing. God, so much going on. Keep looking to the front if that's better, or look up to the ceiling. And we're going to raise that right arm again, and we're going to come up. Nice. Come onto all fours. Take a moment here. Don't round immediately. And then drop your head, shake your head, nod your head, and slowly start rounding your back. And then in that round, we're going to shift our hips to the side. Right side and left side, a couple of times. Very good. And from here, bring that left leg to the back, bring the right knee to the right hand, and then bring your right foot to the left side of the mat. We're going to stretch out that left leg coming into virabhadrasana. And we want to sit nice and tall for a moment. Make sure that your left hip pushes down, hips aligned here. If you can't feel enough, flex that right foot and bring it further to the front. But you want to keep pushing that left hip down, not opening up to the left side. And then from here, just come forwards and relax. But you relax your lower back as well. Maybe you want to have the head, the forehead on the ground, on your mat, or maybe you want to have your head rest on your forearms. Good. Just a few more deep breaths here. And we slowly make our way back up. We're going to stretch that right leg to the back. So just straighten it first, nice and gently, maybe toes on the ground, push the heel to the back. Maybe you feel like you want to raise it and do all sorts of other things. You're completely free to do whatever feels right here. And slowly bring that knee back down when you're ready. And we'll do the other side. Bringing that left knee to the left hand, bringing our left foot to the right side of the mat, but only as far as is comfortable. Now straighten that right leg, bring it to the back, and here on this side I can show a little bit better, you'll be able to see. So that left foot can come further forwards, but you want to make sure that that right hip can still push down. If it can't, and you look something like that, bring that foot a little bit in towards you, and make sure that your hips are aligned here, pushing down on the right. The left can rise a little bit. There can be a bit of space underneath your left hip, underneath your left butt cheek. And we're going to come down and relax. And we should feel like we're not just getting a little relaxation here, decompression in the lower back, but also stretching out the upper body and lengthening through the spine. And wherever you are, take a few deep and slow breaths. The hips are heavy as we slowly come up. Good. And this time we're going to bring both legs to the front, give them a shake, point, flex, and relax. We're going to bring the legs into a comfortable position here, maybe just crossing the legs as we did at the beginning, but be comfortable here, straight in the spine, close your eyes, hands rest on the knees. And we take a few deep breaths. On your next exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Round your shoulders forwards, round your back. And then inhale, raise the arms, stretch out, palms together over the head. Raise the head, we can keep the eyes closed if we want. On an exhale, bring the hands to your heart center. Drop your right ear to the right shoulder. Roll the chin to the chest. Left ear to left shoulder. And roll the chin to the chest. And then we straighten the head. And we take a deep breath in and hum out together. When we're ready, we open the eyes. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you again soon.